Hey everyone, welcome to another great episode of the Smooth Business Growth Podcast, where we share 15 minutes of fast-paced, pure marketing strategies proven to move the needle in your business. I'm your host and Captain Lyndsay Phillips, and I'm the founder of Smooth Sailing Business Growth, where we help busy entrepreneurs attract and convert customers faster through powerful and consistent content marketing. In fact, if you go to smoothbusinessgrowth.com, you can download your social media roadmap to help you do just that. So, we all have different types of businesses, and whether we sell products or services, whether we have 10 clients or thousands, we all need to give wow service to keep and grow our client base. And Brigham Dickinson, author of Pattern for Excellence, Engage Your Team to Wow More Customers, and president of Power Selling Pros, is going to share how to create wow service for your business. So let's set sail. Welcome aboard, Brigham.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Awesome. So we have been chatting away before this podcast even began. So that has been awesome. And about customer service. And we've all heard it, right? Customer service is so important. But it is amazing how out there it's still so bad. How are we letting it slide and why?
Yeah. And I would say that a lot of that has to do with the fact that there are a few companies out there that provide such an amazing experience that it makes everybody else look, let's just say, less than.
True.
Less than great. You go to Chick-fil-A these days and you have such an amazing experience. By the time you're done, your expectation is extremely high.
Yeah.
You click to order on Amazon, and it comes, and if you don't like it, you can send it back without having to talk to anybody at all. And according to consumer reviews or consumer reports, they have the best customer experience on the planet. Well, how do you do that without a customer interface? In other words, you're not talking to anybody on Amazon. How do you do that? And it's because it's so easy, so quick, and it's just painless. So when they set that high expectation, it's really hard for the rest of us to meet that expectation. And that's why we feel like, man, nobody provides great customer service these days. It's just, if it weren't for Chick-fil-A, we wouldn't know the difference between.
That's true.
What was it? 20 years ago, we'd order off of a Sears catalog and wait 2 weeks for it to come.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Totally. I remember those
We
days.
didn't know any better.
No. That's funny. That's true. And that's an interesting point versus focusing on the people that are, not so great at it. It's like those people that have set the bar high that maybe we should aspire to. So how would you describe wow service? And, how does it impact our business, dollars and cents wise?
Yeah. If a homeowner says, wow, that wasn't the best customer experience, it's because they experienced something that was amazing at one time. And it wasn't by accident. It was a process. Right. It was practiced over and over and over again. And so we use a model called the Pattern for Excellence. And the Pattern for Excellence is definitely well articulated in the book, Pattern for Excellence. But the end goal is to create a wow experience. We definitely want to start with the end in mind. We want to create a wow experience for the homeowner, the consumer. How we do that is 8 principles. We focus in on being very positive, very confident, well-practiced, well-prepared, great listening, empathy, true empathy, not just saying sorry about that. I'll give you a quick example, by the way. I was at a place called Ninja Warrior. Have you ever heard of Ninja Warrior? It's on TV.
Yes.
Well, they now have gyms that are just focused on Ninja Warrior. And I have a son.
It's so cool.
Yeah, way cool. So my son has autism. So his gross motor skills are just off the charts amazing. And so he's very athletic, but he doesn't, his sophomore skills aren't that great. He doesn't interact, doesn't communicate. Mm-hmm. Well, I go into the front desk and they're a half hour before closing. And you only pay by the hour. So when I came in and she said, "Oh, we only have a half hour left." I said, "Okay, cool. Can we pay only for the half hour?" Right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
And she's, "Oh, sorry, we only play. You only do it this way. You have to pay for the full hour." And I said, "Well, That's awful. She said, yeah, sorry about that. I'm like, are you really sorry?
Yeah, I
And so
know,
it's like,
right?
and so she caught herself when I asked her. She said, she said, no, really, I am really, really sorry. I was like, cool. I said, all right, so let's go ahead and just pay for the hour. She says, perfect. I'm like, wait a minute, it's not perfect either.
Love it.
It's not perfect. It's obviously not perfect. You just agreed that it wasn't perfect. So why are you saying perfect?
That's hilarious.
What she
It's
didn't
not, but
know
I love
was,
that you called her out on it.
yeah, of course. Well, she didn't know who she was talking to, the poor girl.
True.
And so I just couldn't help myself. But I moved on because I could tell she thought maybe I was just being angry. Well, no, I was really just trying to help her see what she's really saying. And empathy is so important.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say sorry and it actually comes across as contrived or fake,
Yeah,
you do the opposite. I don't trust you. I don't believe you. And I don't think you care. And
mm-hmm.
so people have emotional needs to feel that experience. They need to feel like you understand. They need to feel like you care. And they need to know that you can help them. Otherwise, they're wasting their time. So they have these emotional needs that they need taken care of. And while you're following the pattern for excellence, you're listening, you're caring, you're reassuring that you can help. You're asking the right questions to find out what's missing, and then what's the right answer, and then respond accordingly, regardless of how difficult or hard it is, right? How much you have to go out of your way to do that. I mean, you've heard stories of people running out of Chick-fil-A to make sure the person who ordered their food through the drive-thru got their
Mm-hmm.
fries as well, right? You hear these stories, right? And then we want to create value for every customer in a very unique way. And there are those who follow the scripted version of what creating value is, but it's something more when you take what the customer said they wanted and modify, basically create value that works just for them based on what they said and what they did. And then, of course, in the end, being grateful. And being grateful, the last principle in the pattern for excellence. That's how you create a wow experience for the customer. It's not by accident. It's by design.
And practice. I heard you say that word earlier, and I think that's a really important. Which leads to my next question: is that how do we teach our staff so it is an integral part of our day to day? I mean, it's one thing to say, "Oh, we need to do this and we need to do that," but how do you physically make it happen? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a great question. So we definitely want to teach them the pattern for excellence, but we don't just tell them. I think Seth Godin said it best. He said, your team will remember what you did long after what you said is forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
So our objective, our goal as leaders is to get our team emotionally engaged. And the way that we do that is we become positive. What that means is that as leaders, we can't let them see that payroll's coming up by our attitude, and we're not sure whether or not we're going to make it this go around. Now, as business owners, we've all been there at least once or twice.
We all have our stresses and pressures for sure.
We can't let them see that. We can't let them see that. When we became the owner, we also agreed to the fact that we can never have a bad day, not in front of them. Mm-hmm. We need to be their cheerleader. We need to be enthusiastic. Our energy needs to be so positive that it's contagious.
That's so true.
There are times when employees aren't happy, and they might come in sad. They might even come in crying. And usually what happens is we go into our office and we wait till it's over. That person is about to talk to your consumer. How do you think that's going to go?
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, you've got to be positive, and you've got to be their cheerleader. If you want them to be confident, you need to be confident in them.
Yeah.
If you give them a responsibility, you give them something to do, and you're hanging over them, and you're micromanaging them, and second guessing everything they do, and not giving them a chance to go through that learning curve like you did at one time, mm-hmm. They're not going to have the confidence they need to create that wow experience for the homeowner. And I can go down the line with every one of those principles as a leader that you need to follow in order to make sure that your team is following that pattern, that same process. Again, it's by design. It's not by accident.
And I like your point that it's, quite often as owners, we're like, oh, we need to teach our staff this, 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 and this. But in reality, it's like we need to change and do things in order for it to trickle down.
Yes. We have a tendency to give advice way too much as business owners.
True.
And the issue with giving advice is that if it works, well, it's your fault. If it doesn't work, it's also your fault. What did they learn? And how do they become independent? And if your goal in business is to give advice all day and solve problems all day, well, then fine. But I got into business to be free. Mm-hmm. I got in business to be able to control my own time. And I believe there are a lot of business owners that have done the same thing. And so in order to do that, instead of giving advice, share an experience. You see, when you share an experience, they can decide what they learn from that experience and also what to do. And when they do what they decide to do, well, then it's their fault. The outcome is their fault, whether for good or for ill. It's on them, not you. Mm. And now they work more independently. They work at an autonomous level. And so it's definitely the way to do it is to teach them by example how they should take great care of their customers by the way that you take care of them as a leader.
I like that. And so obviously, I'm assuming you promote like sales meetings, team meetings, but do you actually, like, should we be doing training sessions or like how? And nowadays it's like people are with us, they're online, they're in person. So it's kind of there's so many variables in business these days. How do we juggle?
Yeah. Okay. So you have meetings anyway.
Yes.
If you're working with your technicians, you're having meetings in the morning. If you're working with your CSRs, you should also have meetings, and not just have meetings. You should give them the opportunity on a regular basis to listen to their phone calls and to provide feedback and coaching and practice. But during those meetings, you should take a look. If it were me, I would take a look at customer reviews the first 5 minutes of that meeting and see what customers are saying. Now, based on what they say, you could just find out what happens in the room. Do they act defensive? Do they say, oh, that customer this, that customer that? And then start talking about what happened and how do we create a wow experience? And then right there, you can say, okay, let's come up with a solution together. What could be done better next time? Well, this is what could be done better. Cool. Now let's all practice. And we practice it right there. I would take reviews, customer reviews, make that the first 5 minutes of every meeting. And the second 5 minutes of every meeting, I would take service agreement sales. What's so great about service agreement sales is, well, we're agreeing to serve them over time. And of course it keeps us busy in the off season. So if we can keep them focused on agreeing to serve people over time, long term, not just short term, but long term. So that's the beauty of service agreements. It's not just ongoing revenue in the off season. It's the mindset that it can set or distill on all the employees.
Well, it's relationship more than transactions, right?
Exactly. I'm going to make 15 grand today because I sold a new system. Good. That's awesome. What about the lifetime value of that customer? Mm-hmm. And how are we going to keep them tomorrow and the next day and next year and 3 years from now and 4 years from now? That's what service agreements do. It helps us remember that our goal is to agree to serve them long term. So that's what I would do.
Yeah, I love that.
The first 10 minutes of each meeting.
That's gold. That's awesome. I love that tip. Now, I quickly, because of course we only have 15 minutes, but one of the products that you guys have at Power Selling Pros is the Power Chat product. And I think that it's such a great addition to customer service and serving people and helping them. Can you share kind of quickly what it is and how we can incorporate, chat features into our business to help foster that wow service?
Yeah, and there are a lot of companies out there that already use chat. It's probably live chat, and the reason why we were so excited about Power Chats is that it's an automated chat. In other words, it's a robot. And the cool thing about having a robot the cool thing about having a robot respond to chat is they respond 24/7 immediately.
Yeah.
There's no lag time. There's no wait. And there's no misspellings, no grammatical errors. And the conversation doesn't go on forever. It's very simple. The customer says, "Hey, I've got a problem with my furnace." The robot responds with, "Wow, how long have you had an issue with that?" "Oh, I've had an issue this long." "Okay, well, that's definitely something we can help you with. Can I start with your name and your address and your phone number? You're all set. We're going to call you and let you know when a technician is on his way."
Sweet.
So it's simple. I don't go on to chat because I've got all kinds of time to chat. The problem with live chat is it goes on forever and ever and ever. Look, if I had time, I would call, but I don't have time to call.
Right.
So I'm sending you a chat. And they use chat to get their problem solved, not to become friends and
That's
laughing.
A good point.
You know what I mean? And so the issue with live chat is that they tend to want to create what we do over the phones, because what we teach people over the phone is to be positive and confident and listen and care and ask the right questions and create value and be grateful. Well, you can do that over the phone, but that doesn't translate via chat. Via chat is, "I got a problem. Can you solve it?" "Yes, I can solve it." "Cool, we'll call you later."
It's convenient too, right? Like you're helping them the quickest way.
Yes. And so our conversion rate is 70%.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. And so with live chat, it's only 30%. So not even half. And the reason why that is because people chat to get their problem solved, not to become frenzy.
I love that. Yeah, I've never heard that before, but you're so right. And it's convenient, fast, they get the problem solved, bing, bang, boom.
Yeah. We want to talk to people the way they want to be talked to.
Yeah.
They want to use chat. Great. We have that option. Our goal is to book the appointment, get it done, get it out of the way. And when we call them back, "Hey, I heard you got a problem with your furnace. We got a technician in your area this afternoon between 2 and 4. Does that work for you?" "That works great. Awesome. Let me just confirm your address and we're on our way." See how easy? Yeah. Done.
Love it. I like that.
So that's what we use it for. We use it to convert. We use it to it's all about conversion.
Yeah.
It's the reason why we started training CSRs. We have over 800 trainees in our program as we speak. It's a certification program. We train them one-on-one twice a month using their own phone calls. And it's a bit of a university. It takes about a year and a half to complete, but by the time they're done, we guarantee they'll book at least 85% of the phone calls, or we give them their money back.
Nice.
Yeah. Thousands and thousands of CSRs. You know how many times we've given money back?
Never. That's awesome. It pays to have a guarantee.
Success rate. Yeah, for those who go through that program.
That is awesome. And I do, before we go, just want to quickly let people know that that you have a great free resource if they go to powersellingpros.com/free resources, which is Become an Experience Maker. And I see, of course, there that it shows your book pattern for excellence, which is awesome. So I will have that in the show notes for you. Awesome. Perfect. So this week's 50-minute cruise to move the needle in your business, it comes to an end fast. Thank you so much, Brigham. You gave us so many great tips, not only for sharing with our staff and our team to create wow service, but even just how to create change in ourselves as a leader, because both really are super important and integral. So thank you so much for that. My pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity. Awesome, folks. So if you're looking to achieve faster growth through blogs, videos, podcasts, and sales funnels, look no further than smoothbusinessgrowth.com. So have a profitable and productive week, folks, and may the winds always be at your back.